Okay, so today I'm going to be making this simplicity pattern from the 60s, 5-4, pattern number 5412. And it comes with several different pieces, so I can make pants, I can make the blouse with or without sleeves, or the dress kind of jumper piece. But today I'm just going to be making this blouse here. So the pattern, or the print I'm going to be using is this. Normally I probably wouldn't choose a print quite this vibrant, but I was given this fabric and yeah, it came to grow on me, I guess, after I saw it and I realized I had enough for this project. So let's jump into it. As you can see, I have already cut out all of the pieces. So they're ready for assembly now. So I will just take the instructions here and see what they tell me to do. So the basic instructions shows you like all of the pieces, so you can find out, you know, do I have all the parts kind of thing. Yay, I have all the pieces, so that's good. And kind of gives you some basic information of like how to use the pattern over here. And then all of the different layouts depending on the size and what you're going to make. They actually use a lot of the paper just to show you the layout. And then marking fabric and that sort of information, which is good. The actual assembly part is on the back here. So it talks about like biasing, binding, and things like that, which I might use bias binding, but I'm not sure yet. I haven't fully decided. Okay, so as usual, we're gonna start with making the darts. So it goes through how to do that to make dart. On inside, fold along solid line, stitch along broken line, trim dart and press open. Okay, so basically I'm going to go and do the front darts and the shoulder darts first. Okay, and I will show you that when I have finished it. I've sewn the darts in place. I am attaching it at the shoulder, so I'm going to sew both shoulder seams. Stitch the sides together and the shoulders. Now I am pinning back this facing here. Actually, this pattern was even easier because the facing was already attached to the pattern piece. So I just have to fold it back, and I'm folding it under so that the seam finish will be this right here. And I'm gonna go ahead and stitch it down. You don't have to stitch it down all the way, but I think it's better too. So I'm gonna stitch it all the way down. All right, I have stitched the facing down. And as I folded it under like this, so it looks really nice. And I'll put the buttonholes on one side of that. So the next part is I'm going to attach the collar. So I have prepared the collar here. Actually, the original pattern didn't show the extra piece. I had to go back and cut another piece. It was quite confusing. But when I checked the layout, it did show that the piece was folded all the way out, but actually on the pattern piece it said cut it on the fold, so a little confusing. Basically, so I just went in and cut out another one of the collar pieces so I could actually put the collar together. So I sewed it together and then reversed the sides, and I folded the edges over so that I can attach it easily. So now I'm going to go in and attach the collar. Now that I have the collar in, I'm ready to go ahead and start working on the sleeves. So I'm going to fold them in half and sew up the sides. So let me do that. fold it in half, sew up the sides, and then hem the bottom. Yay, coming together very well. Quick here. I do not have a serger, but I had no idea that there was a special foot for my machine that can allow me to have like a serger finish. So this foot piece, let me show you that. This foot. So it has like a little black thing on it, and one toe kind of comes up higher, and you guide the fabric right along this edge. And I switched the setting here to still zigzag stitch, but I went ahead and did a, instead of just the plain first option, which is more sparse of a zigzag, I did like this ribbon option. And the finish is just almost like a serger. Lo and behold. So check out your machine. You might not actually have to have a serger if you have a special foot, which mine happened to come with the machine when I bought it. So yay, here's to taking it up to a new level. So this is, all I have left is to insert the sleeves. I have hemmed everything. I have hemmed the bottom, and oh, I also have the buttonholes I have to do in attaching the buttons. And look at the inside of this with that new foot. I have beautiful finishing for my seams, so I'm really excited about that. So I will insert the sleeves, add the buttonholes and the buttons, and this piece is finished. After looking through my button stash, I think I am going to do a mixture of these buttons. So this one didn't have anybody. So I think I'm gonna mix it up and do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it should be really interesting on this blouse. I've got the sleeves in. Now I am ready to do the buttons. This fabric is fairly thick. I could even make it into like a light jacket, actually. I'm not sure what I'll do. I could add a lining and yeah, make it into like a light jacket. But I'm really happy with it. All I have to do now is sew on buttons. And this is done.